After watching this video, she'll be your new favorite friend. Welcome to MsMojo, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 reasons Monica Geller is underrated.
I know!
For this list, we'll be looking at all of Monica's most redeeming qualities. Number 10, she always cooks for everyone.
Why? Why? Because everything is my responsibility? Isn't it enough that I'm making Thanksgiving dinner for everyone? You know, everyone wants a different kind of potato, so I'm making different kinds of potatoes. Does anybody care what kind of potatoes I want? No!
Monica spends most of the series working as a professional cook or chef in some capacity, and yet she also cooks for her friends in her spare time. She probably doesn't always want to come home after a long day of dicing, boiling, and frying to do the exact same thing all over again, but she does it anyway.
Anyway, it just doesn't seem worth it to make a whole turkey for just 3 people, okay? It's a lot of work.
But you gotta have turkey on Thanksgiving.
Even when her buddies make ridiculous and over-the-top requests for Thanksgiving dinner, or heaven forbid show up late, she tolerates it all, and always does it again the next year.
We're so sorry we're late. Please let us in so we can have dinner together.
No! Everything's cold, the turkey's dried out, and the stuffing's all soggy.
Number 9, she puts up with Judy. If you were a parent, you'd probably want a kid just like Monica. Responsible, organized, and always looking out for others. And yet, Judy Geller only seems able to see Monica's flaws rather than her many attributes.
No, Mom, I don't have a restaurant. I work in a restaurant.
Well, they don't have to know that.
From the very first season, we see that the interactions between mother and daughter are strained, with Judy seeming critical of nearly everything Monica does.
Do you know what it's like to grow up with someone who is critical of every single thing you say?
I can imagine.
Both of the Geller parents seem to unabashedly favor Ross, and even ruin all of Monica's childhood memories in a flood in order to save Ross's stuff and the Porsche.
So wait, Ross's stuff is fine, but I have no memories because you want to keep the bottom 2 inches of your car away from water?
There was also leaves and cooking stuff.
Yikes. Monica's basically a saint for the way she reacts to her family. Number 8, she's a good sister. You'd think that based on how their parents treated them differently, Monica and Ross would have a whole lot of sibling rivalry.
Okay, it's second down. Take all the second downs you need.
I heard that.
Well, I said it loud.
And while it's not like they're never competitive with one another, that rivalry always seems secondary to the love that they clearly have for one another. Monica supports Ross through many of the ups and downs of his relationships over the years, and the two of them show time and time again how siblings can manage to be close friends as adults.
Ross, are you okay? Do you want me to stay?
That'd be good.
Really?
No, go on. It's Paul the wine guy.
Also, have you seen The Routine? Number 7, she puts the needs of others first.
She's clearly an Emma.
Oh, honey, but you love that name.
Yeah, but I love you more.
Monica is someone who knows what she wants and isn't afraid to get serious about achieving her goals. But she's also sensitive enough to understand when to stop pushing and consider what others might need. In her relationship with Chandler, she does an excellent job of working around his commitment issues, even though we know from the start how eager she is to settle down and have babies.
Honey, do you know that none of that stuff came from me? I never said that I wanted to have babies and get married right now.
She's also considerate when it comes to her friends, organizing events for them and giving thoughtful gifts. She's even generous when it comes to strangers, like the time she makes candy for the entire building.
Stop making candy.
But they like it.
You mean they like you?
Maybe.
Number 6, she is proudly hardworking.
I just want to say that with a pinch of excitement, a dash of hard work, and a dollop of cooperation, we can have the recipe.
Monica doesn't get nearly enough credit that in the 90s she's a female chef in a field that's traditionally dominated by men. She works her way up the career ladder, starting in some rough positions at the bottom, and by the end of the series is extremely successful as a head chef at a high-end restaurant. She also doesn't take any handouts from anyone, including when Pete gives her a $20,000 tip in order to get a date.
Well, I never know how much to tip.
You're supposed to double the tax, not double the tax of Romania. What's the deal? Are you trying to buy me? Is this the way you get girls to go out with you?
She also isn't interested when he offers to pay for her to have a restaurant of her own.
You may be okay with getting hurt, but I am not okay with being the one who hurts you. That's why I can't take this job.
You go, Monica. Number 5. She unapologetically has feminine interests. Writing complex and realistic female characters can be tricky. Many writers for both TV and movies have certainly gotten it wrong over the years.
I want to have a baby. But I don't want to have one with someone who doesn't really want to have one.
But with Monica, the show's creators give us a character who's unapologetic about her interest in having kids one day, loves to cook and bake, and takes on a motherly role in the friend group. But she's also competitive, athletic, and occasionally ruthless when it comes to getting what she wants.
Whoa! Tackled by a girl. Because you don't see that every day, do you?
Whoa! What's with the tackling?
What?
She's far from fitting into an archetypal role, and that's one of the reasons we love her so much.
Aww.
Okay, one thing at a time.
Number 4. She's true to herself. Some of Monica's qualities can get a bit irksome.
Oh my God, look at this! Okay, but there is a wire back there. I mean, that switch is connected to something. I don't care. The wires have come loose in your head.
She can be very intense when she gets passionate about something, whether it's figuring out what a mysterious light switch does, or beating the boys in a trivia quiz game.
You guys are dead. I am so good at lightning rounds.
She's also so dedicated to cleanliness that she not only keeps her own home spotless, but will even clean for a stranger if the situation calls for it.
He told me about your apartment, and, well, I couldn't sleep thinking about it. So, would it be okay if I cleaned it?
Although not all of these traits may be seen as positive ones, she embraces them all wholeheartedly and never tries to be anyone but herself.
Now, Rachel, you want to put the marshmallows in concentric circles.
No, Mon, you want to put them in concentric circles. I want to do this.
Number 3. She supports Chandler through his career change. Chandler's job is one of the show's punchlines.
It has something to do with transponding. Oh, he's a transponster! That's not even a word!
None of his friends seem to know what he does for a living, and he talks incessantly about how unfulfilling it is.
All right, kids, I gotta get to work. If I don't input those numbers, doesn't make much of a difference.
Finally, in the show's 9th season, he decides to pursue something that he's actually interested in, and quits his job to do it.
No, I want you to have a job that you love, not statistical analysis and data reconfiguration.
I quit and you learn what I do?
He ends up interning in the advertising industry, but this means that Monica is, for a time, the primary breadwinner in their relationship. Despite the fact that she wants their timeline to move along more quickly, she always prioritizes helping Chandler to find a job he truly loves. Number 2. She goes for what she wants. Early in the series, when Monica's dating Richard, she realizes that they have a serious incompatibility because he already has grown children, but she knows she eventually wants kids.
Do you not see kids in our future?
Oh, hey, I love children. I have children. But I just don't want to be 70 when our kids go off to college and our life can finally start.
He says if he has to, he'll go through it again if it means he can be with her. But she makes the difficult decision that they should break up because she doesn't want to force him to do something like that.
You know what? Maybe I don't need to have children. No, maybe I just think I do because that's what society, and by that I mean my mom, has always convinced me that I...
Later, when she and Chandler start to talk about marriage, she realizes that Chandler might be afraid of committing to her. And she beats him to the punch by starting to propose to him before he can do it himself.
Fall in love with my best. My best.
There's a reason why girls don't do this.
Okay.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. She takes Rachel in.
Well, maybe I'll just stay here with Monica.
Well, I guess we've established she's staying here with Monica.
Monica and Rachel were close friends as teenagers, but over the years they drifted apart and went their separate ways, with Monica living in the city and Rachel following a more conventional path towards marrying a wealthy man. When Rachel runs out on her wedding, though, she goes to Monica for help, who didn't even get an invite to the big day.
So anyway, I just didn't know where to go, and I know that you and I have kind of drifted apart, but you're the only person I knew who lived here in the city.
Who wasn't invited to the wedding?
Oh, I was kind of hoping that wouldn't be an issue.
Regardless, Monica lets Rachel move in with her, which kicks off the action of the show. In the pilot episode, Monica delivers some of her signature honesty when she delivers this instantly iconic line.
Welcome to the real world. It sucks. You're gonna love it.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.